Hello, my name is Jupiter Hadley, and today I'm playing the indie game Horace. This game is £10.99 on Steam normally, but currently it's 10% off at £9.89. This video is always brought to you by lovely people on Patreon who support me each and every month, so I can continue to play all these indie games and game jam games. If you like any of my content, consider liking this video, following me on various social media platforms, and supporting me on Patreon. All the links are in the description for this game and my stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, beautiful. My voice sounds stuffy because I'm a bit sick still, and it's also a heat wave, so my body's just kind of like low-key dying or fighting to stay alive, I don't know. So it doesn't want to get better, it just wants to be cold. Build a little robot. So a lot of this video I'm just going to be drinking because I'm just consuming loads of fluids. Because that's what you should do in a heat wave, you should drink a lot of water. And that's what you should do while you're sick, so I'm drinking double water. This is the first edition of this robot. Hello. They don't look happy with me. Well, maybe they are. Horace Man 2.0. No, you dropped me. That's rude. Summon automations. This guy looks terrible. He looks like he just wants a robot servant, but really I just want to be your robot friend. Maybe he works there. Maybe he's meant to be like answering the door. Maybe he's the doorman. Sure, we'll find out. Cool. I haven't sat down and done a Let's Play in like 3 weeks, which is like quite intense.
And so, I was born.
Aww.
The first people I remember seeing were the old man, the old lady, and their daughter, Heather.
Oh, they know
After
one
they
name.
said hello, the old man powered me down so he could install some software.
Maybe I'll be able to walk
I
him
could
into
tell
one.
they were nice people. The old man didn't give me a silly voice
English
or
butler.
stupid personality. And the old lady
Aw.
didn't dress me like a clown. Although for some reason, Heather really didn't like me.
Maybe she's just
Once
afraid.
I'd had time to get used to walking, the old man asked me to dash from one end of the room to the other.
Okay. Yeah, I'm so fast. I'm so fast. Who's made this course? Heather, I promise I can be super fun. Okay.
Next, the old man spent a couple of hours building some wooden platforms.
Okay.
He said he wanted me to jump up them, but I must admit, I was scared.
Aww.
It wasn't until I saw Heather and her mother happily climbing up them that I decided it might be okay.
That's cute. What a cute robot. Why is it A to jump? Okay. Just making sure his software that he installed works, it seems.
The old man then rearranged the platforms. He told me to try to reach the other end of the room without touching the floor. Heather said the floor's made of lava, but when I smiled at her, she just frowned and looked away. The old lady arranged some pillows and blankets. She said it was in case I fell, but I think she just wanted it to look more like lava.
I think she just wanted it to look more like lava too. Oh, I see, so we can make bigger jumps if we have a running start.
When I reached the other side, the old man just smiled and said, "That'll do, for now."
For now. I'm a good robot. Begin, be bold, and venture to be wise. Chapter 1, Learning to Walk. I learned how to walk, and jump, and run. I'm a good robot. We haven't yet learned what makes Heather happy, but... Oh, sorry. Yeah, I still feel like he's evil. Ah, Heather's got My Little Pony.
A couple of days after those first lessons, the family had a big meal, and I was introduced to everyone else.
It looks like Christmas.
The professor was the old man's brother.
Okay.
He was very quiet, and always seemed to just kind of stare at me. He had lived with the old man for 5 years.
Alright.
The house was so huge they barely saw each other. He preferred instead to stay in his room, leaving everything up to his butler, Mr. Deck, as he insisted everyone call him, although the professor always called him Anton. For a while, he called me the yellow bastard.
Rude.
But the old man made him stop, as he thought it sounded racist.
Yeah.
Mr. Silton was the old man's driver.
He's terrible.
Before he worked here, he'd gotten in with some bad people,
Yeah,
almost a
he's bad.
driver in a post office robbery, although it all went wrong for some reason. Mr. Silton showed me a video of his band. I'm sure some people must like it, but I just found it terrifying.
Fair. It's not bad though.
Then there was Alice. She was the cook. She was a nice old lady. When she was younger, she had been a TV chef. Then, years later, she had a small part in Coronation Street. Mr.
Cute.
Silton said, before she worked for the old man, Alice was quite a hoarder. She kept old newspapers and bicycles, and something about a poo in a shoebox.
Sounds
The
gross.
next morning, the old man gathered everyone together to show them what I was capable of.
Jumping
"What
and running?
else does he do?" asked Mr. Silton. The old man smiled. "He can help around the house." "Could he help me with my newspaper collecting?" asked Alice. "I'm not sure that's a good idea," said the old lady, "but he can do all sorts of jobs." "Yeah," said Mr. Silton, "shove a stick up his ass and he can do Deck's job." Now, said the
Very
old
rude.
man, "we have company," pointing to some important-looking people. 2 large men, both called Gary, set up what the old man referred to as lasers. He said again, I should try to get from one end of the room to the other, but I shouldn't be worried, as I had a special chip which meant no matter how damaged I was, I couldn't die. He said it was like infinite lives in a video game.
Oh.
But when he realized I didn't understand, he said he would explain another time.
Fair. I understand, so it's fine. Just trust me, I'm great. We can run. We should run. Oh, I was hitting the wrong button, sorry. I like the animation on these lasers a lot. Ah, I keep slipping forward on that box and going a bit more forward than I intend on. That's because it seems like when you gain speed on this, it takes a bit more time to slow down. I made it.
Everybody clapped, except the important-looking men. Not exactly
Rude.
a cold, calculated killer, is it? Said the man in black. The man in grey laughed. What kind of artificial intelligence was that? He asked. Move right, unless there's something in the way.
I
Okay,
jumped
okay,
too.
said the old man. He turned to me and whispered, they're going to make it quite a bit tougher, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
Thank you. I have infinite lives, so I'm sure I'll be fine too. Okay. Oh, it goes all the way across. Didn't realize. Quite dislike where the jump button is. Nope. Surprised you let them build this big thing in your house.
Horace then rearranged the room one last time. The old man smiled. Now, there's no need to look so glum, he said. I'm still happy with everything you've done today. So this time, I was determined to do him proud.
Aww. Oh, there's wires. I was waiting for it to like sort of blast down. But obviously you didn't. Oh, there's a laser. Okay. So there's like nothing here. Nothing here. And it's after this first shock that there's anything. Alright, so we're gonna... I'm gonna wait for that thing to come back, and then I'm gonna... I don't wanna die, so... There we go.
The old man's friends actually seemed quite happy when I made
Yay.
it through. We might have a winner after all, said the
I
man
am
in
winner.
black. It's no Killbot 3000, but you can almost see the fire in its eyes.
Okay.
A couple of days later, the old lady said she had a
I
surprise
bet they're
for me.
guns.
My own room.
Oh, okay.
She also wanted to play me some music. I wasn't sure after what Mr. Silton had shown me.
This is good. Aw, look at him dancing. Oh, sorry.
As if music wasn't amazing enough, the old lady then bought me a television set. I couldn't believe what I saw. I watched everything I could. Comedy, drama, horror, sci-fi. Anything anyone wanted to watch, I would happily watch with them. Then one day, the old man set up a small box. He plugged some cables into the television and said, "This is what I meant when I said video games."
Oh, yeah, teach you about video games.
I played games at every chance I could. I
Same.
took on everyone. I was unstoppable. I had enjoyed music, film, and television. But to me, video games really were the highest art form.
I was just playing Pong. Table tennis for two. Well, I don't want to play Pong. Does Heather like me more or no? There we go. Just playing some Pong. Oh. I'm unstoppable though, so you can't beat me. Oh, I was trying to hit it from up top. I was trying to do that thing so that it went through. Oh, do I really have to win? Here's where you find I have no patience for Pong. Literally no patience for Pong. Yay. Yay. I like the little animation on the tennis racket. Yay, finally.
Heather's
Punks are
birthday
boring.
was a couple of months later.
Ooh.
Her mum and dad had bought her a camera and arranged a day up by the sea so that Heather could take some photos, although I really don't think she wanted any pictures of me. When the old man asked the professor if he wanted to go, he frowned and said, "I can't believe you want to spend time with that thing. It could destroy the world." I wasn't sure what he meant, but the old man just smiled and said, "That's what you said about the Game Boy." And on, "How about you?" "I don't think so," said Mr. Deck. "The last time I got in that car, Barry crashed us into a branch of Woolworths. I never would have gone into Woolworths of my own accord." The old man explained that the car was old and the brakes had failed, but Mr. Deck was having none of it. So Mr. Silton drove, and Alice came along for the fresh air.
Okay.
I enjoyed being outside. Although, the old lady kept telling me to be careful of the rickety old walkways. It felt like she was telling me off, but I think she was just concerned.
Yeah, she was probably just concerned. Wonder if I'll end up saving someone's life.
As the old man and I stood on the cliff tops, I could see something in the distance. I wasn't sure what it was, so I asked the old man. He said it was a battleship that had sunk in the 1940s. But he looked so sad when he spoke about war.
Well, maybe this is just how I get my relationship with war.
I didn't see what happened, but the metal platform Heather was climbing on had collapsed. She was safe, even if the rocks she was on looked very dangerous. The tide was rising, and we didn't know how long the Coast Guard was going to be, so I offered to climb down and get her. The old man agreed, but said I should be careful, as Heather doesn't have infinite lives, like I do.
That's fair. I knew I was gonna save someone. It's like super important. Oh, also, those break. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay. Okay. Alright, we can do this, we can do this. Gotta save Heather. Ooh. That's not good. Just to make that jump though, I didn't need that platform. I don't know how I didn't make that jump though. That was me just literally not jumping. Concentration. Oh, there's of course there's like little electric pulses. Why wouldn't there be? This is just like the thing the guy set up. Is this just another test? We would have like live electrical wires by the sea.
Heather was unconscious, and her leg was broken. So I picked her up as gently as I could. I decided it would be best if I didn't run the rest of the way.
Yeah, that's fun. Oh, we're gonna be patient, we got a kid. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if for whatever reason it was gonna be like, you've killed Heather and now the story's different. So I feel like it could have easily happened. No, I'm not ready. There we go.
An ambulance had arrived by the time I had made it back to the cliff top.
Not
the medics
a
made
monster.
sure Heather was okay, and then took her off to hospital. A few days later, we all went to see how she was doing.
Does she like me now?
She was fine, but would have to wear the cast for a couple of months.
Yeah, I broke my arm before and had to wear a cast, so it's very normal. Aww. Good guy, Horace. Robot saves local girl. Mechanical man to the rescue. Hero robot, Herobot. Herobot. I think it's Mr. Herobot. Oh, I'm running her around. Someone's running her around. We're best friends now. All it took was for her to nearly die and me to be the only one that could save her, and now we're best friends.
Once Heather got to know me, we became good friends. We enjoyed the same films and TV. She was also annoyingly good at some of my favorite games.
How does she?
After a while, she became very interested in how I worked. Soon she knew as much about me as the old man did, if not more.
Oh. Friendos.
We spent the next couple of months visiting other countries, as when it came to teaching me things, the old man always liked to pick interesting locations.
Right.
He had explained the basics of mathematics to me at the Great Pyramid of Egypt.
Look how Heather and her mom are just in the background taking
history in
pictures.
the dead of night, surrounded by mysterious giant stones.
Oh, Stonehenge.
And even showed me science in action high up in a hot air balloon. This is why I was surprised when the old man took me to a restaurant. It was nice, but it seemed very somber compared to the previous grand locations. He said he just wanted to chat, and this was nice and quiet. Plus it was his favorite place to eat.
That's cute.
We talked about life, the universe, Douglas Adams, everything really. When I asked him why were we here, why did we exist, he just smiled and said, life is like a game, just don't expect to be finished anytime soon. When I looked puzzled, he said, well, everyone should have a purpose. So I asked him, what's my purpose? He thought for a bit, then said, so you want to be a real boy? Which just confused me even more.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Eventually the old man said, for now, I want you to help clean things around the house.
Oh.
I must have looked unimpressed, as he then said, okay, I want you to clean 1,000,000 things.
Oh, okay.
It didn't sound like the meaning of life.
But it's a
but
challenge.
I suppose you've got to start somewhere.
I like challenges. I can clean 1,000,000 things. A man can't have everything. Where would he put it? Chapter 2, Learning My Purpose. This is such a cute game. I really like this robot's little story.
The next day, the old man said he wanted to install some more software, so he powered me down.
But don't I have to clean
When I
1,000,000
came
things?
to, he said Mr. Silton had a joke for me, and that I should pull his finger.
I don't want to.
I don't think I got the joke. So the old man powered me down again. This time when I pulled Mr. Silton's finger, I got the joke. But it wasn't very funny.
Fair.
The old man then explained that he had installed a special chip which allowed me to clean away anything that was broken. He said it also tells me how many things are nearby, and how many smaller things are in a bigger thing.
Okay, sounds very helpful.
It all sounded very complicated, but he said all I really had to do was pause, and it would bring up all the information I needed. He then said he wanted me to find and clean all of the items in the room. He told me there would be some chains to climb, but that would be nice and easy, as I just had to press up. He then finished by saying, when I had collected all the items, I should come back here.
Okay. Wait, we hit escape. Junk total 5, junk here with 50, junk held 5. I see. Alright, so I'm gonna do the entire bottom first. Let's not miss any of these. Oh, look at that. So bigger junk takes longer. I'm not ready, guys. I've got a lot of junk to get. Oh, look at this. I wish I was facing the other way. Look at this, I know how to swing. This is gonna be hard. Alright, I've kind of messed this up by starting from this end. But I just wanted to, like, need to face the other day. I wanted to systematically clear up the place, and maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I see electrical stuff up there as well. Nope, I want to face the other way. Wait for these sparks to come back. That was a big junk. Okay, that wasn't too bad, that wasn't too bad. Let's see if that's all of it. 10 junk here. I betcha it's on the ropes on the other side. Another junk? No, okay. Ah, it's the trash can, isn't it? 5 junk. Where's the 5 junk? Oh. Of course there'd be a trash can right at the beginning. That's all. Now we can go. We are a cleaning robot.
The old man then asked the old lady Heather and I to follow him outside. I was happy too, as it was a lovely hot day.
No. Hot day here, it's a heat wave.
The old man said he was worried that Alice had been hoarding again. She
Oh,
had
so I
filled
can
up a
clean.
small barn with old bicycles and newspapers. Heather said this would be a perfect chance to properly test my new powers. The old man thought for a second, then said, using the steptoe chip, I should find and clean at least 300 things.
I am destroying them
When we
though.
explained to Alice what we wanted to do, she seemed scared. But after the old lady kindly explained that, well, the barn was starting to smell,
Yeah.
she said it would be okay. One last thing, said the old man. If you want to use a door, just
Okay.
push up.
Good to know.
When I was about to enter the old barn, Mr. Silton said he had seen some mushrooms growing inside. He asked me to give him any that I found.
No.
He then winked, but I wasn't sure why.
No, okay. I like how he's named after a cheese. 87 junk. There's no way she put the like car in here to work. There's a lot of junk. I wonder who all these bikes belong to. Ugh. This is scary. Let's go to the store. Is that painting junk? Okay. That's okay, there's like a single thing there. We got the mushrooms. Even though I don't like him. This is some more mushrooms. This is a huge barn. Also, we need to get like a repairman for all of these electrical issues. I like how, oh jump, I was trying to jump, I swear. I like how the car just gets bigger. Okay, let's go back. I fell. Okay. I really thought I was gonna restart us in the first room. Where do we go from here? Up there. I think I did it all.
The old man was very happy with everything that I had cleaned. But I think Mr. Silton was even more happy with his mushrooms.
Good for him. Oh, it's autumn now. Leaves are falling.
It wasn't the days getting shorter, or the evenings getting colder. It was the falling leaves that really made me feel sad.
Why?
As we watched the trees blowing in the breeze, the old lady said, "The leaves must fall before the blossom comes." She had already explained the seasons to me, so for once, I actually understood.
That's good.
But it didn't make me feel any better. The old lady obviously had enough of my moping, and said, "Right, next week we're going to have a party." For some reason she insisted that we were all going to wear costumes. Heather was very excited and said,
"Oh, it's Halloween."
"I've got some perfect ideas."
Halloween. It's like those horror movies, except fake. Party. $7 p.m. till when? Oh, I look scared.
It was terrifying. Everyone was dressed like someone else. I think I was meant to be some kind of pumpkin, as everyone kept shouting, "It's the Great Pumpkin." Still, at least Mr. Silton was having fun telling everyone his joke.
They should have had me watch
And
the Great
I
Pumpkin
suppose
Charlie
Heather's
Brown.
costume was quite flattering.
She's you! Oh.
After what seemed like forever, everybody left, and things got back to normal. Heather was allowed to watch a scary film before she went to bed,
That seems like a
but
bad
I
idea.
had to help Alice and Mr. Deck clean up. I wasn't happy about this, but the old man said if I was quick, then I could watch the end of the film with them.
That seems fair-ish.
Alice was vacuuming, and Mr. Deck was taking down the decorations, so I thought I should clean up the plates and glasses.
Okay. I quite like the idea that I have a robot who's literally just meant to do, like, terrible things like murder.
The ear-splitting sound was the fire alarm. As usual, Mr. Deck blamed Mr. Silton, saying he was probably smoking one of his jazz cigarettes.
But I'm cleaning.
But then the professor appeared. He said that there was something burning in the kitchen. Alice looked confused, saying that she hadn't cooked anything since the morning. We were all surprised when Mr. Deck opened the oven. Inside was a large black cloak and a slightly burnt pair of men's underwear. Suddenly the old lady burst in. She looked terrified. She kept shouting, "There's someone on the roof."
Oh.
When we went outside, it slowly became obvious that it was Mr. Silton. He was completely naked and playing his guitar.
Mushrooms.
He shouted down, "When I finish this song, I'm going to fly." The old lady said, "Oh my God, I know this one. There's only about 30 seconds left." The old man then quickly turned to me and said, "You know
I just
what
want to
to
watch
do."
a movie. Oh my gosh, how do I even get through this? Oh, go to the door. Oh, I'm so dumb. Not even running. This isn't good. Gotta wait. Why is there so much electricity everywhere? I know. Yeah, you're gonna die. What am I supposed to do? Like, I was so close. Does that change the story? I don't get to reset it. Oh, okay. I spent ages just out here trying to figure out what to do. I mean, this entire place is gonna be like destroyed. This is really intense. So there.
By the time I had made it up to the roof, Mr. Silton was beside the edge. I tried to calm him down, but he was acting even more bizarre than usual.
Oh, okay. We friends, don't jump. Robot saves local idiot. Yay. Robot save. Robo hero saves again. Android and hero.
After an hour or so, Mr. Silton was fine. He said he had eaten some bad magic mushrooms. Part of me wondered why he hadn't doubled in size. Still,
of video games.
he was soon laughing and joking with the paramedics. One of them said he looked like the world's worst clown.
Yep.
I don't think Mr. Silton liked that. So he told his own joke. But that just made the other paramedic call him Marshmallow Marso. I don't think he liked that either. But at least he was still in one piece.
What's this?
A month or so later, Heather and I were playing video games when the old man said he wanted me to come outside. He said it had been a year since I had arrived.
I think I'm going to stop the game here. If you'd like to play this game, it's really great. The controls feel nice. You get used to the A being on a different line. I kind of wish it was Z and X, like Z to jump. But you get used to it after a while. And I very much like the story, the way it's narrated through robots. It's the first time I've played a game with like the robot voice, and I don't dislike the robot voice because it's fitting. But there's a link in the description, so you can check it out on Steam. It is on sale currently, so if you want to get it while it's on a bit of a sale, you can buy it now. Thank you very much for watching and liking, commenting, and subscribing, and feel free to check me out on various social media platforms. Links in the description. Bye!